Hello, my name is Aaron Espindola.
And I'm Linda OJ.
Welcome to the first episode of the NextGen Business Podcast.
Let's go.
The NextGen Business Podcast is produced by the Small Business Community Network. Visit them online at www.sbcncanada.org.
So, Aaron, why don't we tell everybody what the podcast is about and why you and I decided to offer the podcast?
Sounds great. Well, we started the podcast because it's for young entrepreneurs that want to learn how to build their business out. Whether you're an entrepreneur or just someone that is looking at becoming one, we're going to give you tips and advice to help you build that.
And Aaron, as you know, I'm, tried and seasoned business owner, but I didn't go to college, I didn't go to university, so I haven't got the kind of background that you and a lot of our young people who might be entrepreneurs have got. So why do you think that, this podcast is useful for people who might be at college or thinking about starting a business? Because you're a young entrepreneur, aren't you?
Yes, I am. And I think it would be very helpful because it kind of gives people real life experience in our lives, and they kind of learn from our mistakes. So then they don't have to make those type of mistakes. And with my business background at Conestoga College, we learned about how to start a business, how to maintain a small business, and how to grow it into something that would be a successful company in the future.
You've got a lot of experience that I haven't got because I jumped straight into being a motivational speaker without going to college. So I've kind of gone the hard way. Do you think basically some of the topics we should be talking about over the next couple of podcasts are to do with if you want to be an entrepreneur, how difficult it is? Or do you think it would be good to concentrate on the fact that you need a degree to be an entrepreneur? Because I haven't got a degree.
Mm-hmm. I think the degree is something that would pretty much just usually it helps you if you're looking at getting a job. But in entrepreneur terms, as long as you have the skill and you learn how to manage a business, you don't really need a degree to tell you that you can do that. So you can go to networking events, you can meet people that understand how to run a business, talk to them, and see what they have to say, and then you can kind of build your company around that with their advice. So you don't really need a degree that says that. But
now you've got a business, right? You're operating two businesses at the moment. So, and you haven't got your degree yet. So that's really great advice. So what businesses are you actually working on at the moment?
So currently I'm doing two right now while I'm in school. So I do a landscaping company in the summer. Just because we have our summer starts from May to September, we have a longer summer, so that's 4 months, and that gives me the opportunity to build or make some money so that I can save up for school expenses in the following semester. And it's a lot of fun to do, especially because you work around your own hours, and or you create your own hours, and you get to have fun with your friends while you do it as well. And you're also all the time you're putting into it, you're building your dream pretty much. You're not helping someone else build their dream. You're doing it for yourself, which is also really rewarding.
And you seem really happy. So I work 24 hours a day with my two businesses, but I really love it. And I guess the reason I wanted to do the podcast with you, and you're a great person to be teaming up with because you've got a different perspective to me, is, how to reach those people that need the tips that we can offer them, Aaron, because we've got different life perspectives, haven't we? I don't have much of a social life, and I don't think you do at the moment because of, what's going on in the world. But I think it's going to be an exciting podcast. We've both got a lot to offer. What are some of the topics did we discuss we're going to come up with? Because I got no brain today. I've gone blonde.
So we're going to be talking about, I believe our first episode is going to be based on building an online identity. So that's going to show entrepreneurs how to market themselves as who they want to be perceived as. And that's going to be extremely important when you're trying to build your company, because the people that are going to interact with you, they're going to go online. They're going to click on your profile, and then they're going to make assumptions based on what they see. So it's important to have an online identity so that you give off the right impression. That's going to be the first episode. And then I believe we're going to talk about understanding that degrees and certifications are not as important as you might think. It's mostly based on who you know and the connections you make. So, like, you do want to have a good degree and you want to get the certification so that you have the skills, but it's also like connections. We
don't want to stop anybody getting that degree, because I'm quite jealous. I didn't get one, but I wasn't very motivated, at high school in England, because obviously I was born in England. I was kind of lazy, and I wanted to be a dress designer, but I didn't want to make the clothes, so that didn't go anywhere, did it? I find it much easier to stand up and talk to people as a motivational speaker. So yeah, I think it's very important that people get a degree, so that's another good topic. And the other thing I'd love to talk about, maybe down the line, is, looking after our health and wellness, especially our mental health, and it's okay to talk about that today. There's not a lot of stigma, and from what I've gathered, college and university students go under a lot of stress, don't they, and pressure with exams or living away from home. So that's a topic I'd like to, down the line, touch on. So we've got some exciting topics coming up, and you're quite a fun guy. That's why I thought it's nice to team up with you. And I'm the social sweetheart, so I think we're going to have some great fun, do you?
Yeah, I think that we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have two different perspectives, and it's going to be really helpful for anyone that's looking at becoming an entrepreneur, or if they just want helpful tips on how to network within their own industries or any field that they want to do. I think it'll be extremely useful for them.
Yeah. And again, like you've just said, it's not what you know, it's who you know. But again, for those people out there who are actually teachers or people who work at colleges, we're not telling anybody not to get a degree, but we're saying, if you're somebody like me and you don't think you can come that way, we're going to give you some great tips.
Yeah, so this podcast is going to be really beneficial for anyone that's looking at becoming an entrepreneur, or even if they don't want to be an entrepreneur, it'll help them just in their own industry, just be able to network and kind of look at both sides of the coin on this one.
And you've got a good point there. Networking is important. It's not always what you know, it's who you know. And I have to make a confession. I'm not as clever as you. I didn't, as you know, go to college or university. But I don't want anybody out there to think you shouldn't go to college or university, because, that degree will open doors for you. So we're here basically to give you some of our life experiences and our tips. Well, Aaron, I think this has been fun, and I can't wait for the next podcast where we're going to be really hitting on some great topics. And I'm guessing we're going to be inviting people to go to our website and basically send us some ideas what topics they would like. Is that a great idea?
Yeah, getting feedback from our viewers is going to be really important for us so that we can provide them with information that they find valuable. So it's going to be extremely important. We'll make sure to check our emails all the time and do updated podcasts every week.
Oh, you are good. I can see you're going to lead me up the right path. This is fun. We're going to have some great fun. So I guess then what we're going to say now is we're going to leave everybody in peace, and we're going to be back with a new podcast with a great topic. And it's going to be amazing, Aaron. What do you think?
Yes, we'll be back soon with another podcast. I believe we're going to be talking about building an online identity. So see you guys in the next show.
Thanks for listening. Check us out at www.nextgenbusinesspodcast.com.